The stress of wedding planning. The stress of wedding planning. The stress of wedding planning. We all know that it can be quite a stressful time for a woman. But can you imagine having to plan your wedding in 30 days? Well, I have somebody who did, and she's going to tell us how she did it. She also has some great DIY tips to help us save some money. And every bride knows we need to save some money wherever we can. So, don't go anywhere. Great show coming up. So with me right now is Alicia Lopez Wilson, recently married. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Her wedding,
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Her wedding was amazing. Maybe we can show some pictures, if that's okay. Show a picture of you guys?
Sure.
Yeah, all right, good. We'll put that in the episode too. But right now, we're going to talk about the amazing way Alicia planned her wedding in 30 days. It's crazy. No bride out there thinks of doing something like that. So we're going to hear her story, figure out how she did it all. But first, let's talk about you and your business, because that played a huge role into why you were able to do this. So tell us about Vintage Manor.
Okay. Vintage Manor is a professional organizing company. We also do decorating, and I also do a lot of DIY stuff. I'm big on saving money and saving time, even though sometimes DIY does not save time, especially when you're dealing with a wedding, but it does cut your costs down. So Vintage Manor has allowed for me to really just get into crafting, get into what I really love, what I love to see, and it allows for me to put my personal touch on things.
Okay. That's so cool. And see, not everybody can do that. Like, I can do it once you show me how, but my mind isn't so creative where I just think of things to do. So that's really awesome and great for brides. So let's talk about what made you even want to plan your wedding in 30 days. Because I know you guys got engaged a couple of years ago, right?
Yes.
And was it 2013?
Yes.
Okay. So it's been a while, you know, like I know you were thinking about it, right? So just tell us more about it.
You know, our relationship hasn't always been perfect. We have a 2-year-old little boy.
Nobody's relationship is perfect.
And just, I guess, based on some of the past decisions that I've made, and some of the past relationships that I've been in, Kyle and I took a different approach when we got together. We were dating. I ended up getting pregnant, and again, we have our beautiful baby boy. But after being together for a while, we decided to take premarital counseling just so that we could communicate better while I'm pregnant, and the relationship was still very new. It was 2 years in.
Right.
So,
and also, with you speaking about that, people watching my show, you probably remember them. They were on my recent episode a couple months ago talking about cheating. So check out that episode. You'll learn more about the relationship. They're a great couple.
So I guess we got to a place where we were really frustrated because we weren't finishing premarital counseling. Everything was really spaced out, and both of us were just really wondering why. What is going on? Why can we not get married when we want to get married?
Right.
So after a while, come this year, 2014 December, our church does an annual fast. So December, while that was approaching, upon me spending time with God, I really kind of just broke down about not being able to be abstinent, not being able to give God that one thing that He's asked for, even though, you know, we're living together and we're fine financially and all of this stuff. There was still a lot of tension because of my belief. I couldn't love Kyle the way I wanted to because I felt obligated that I needed to sleep with him. And that was just based on other relationships, not understanding that this man loves me, but also understanding that we're not married.
Right.
Even though we've put ourselves in this circumstance, we are not married. So I think that for myself, there was a burden on me where I was acting as a wife and I was not a wife. So I made a hard decision. Even though we had been together come 4 years, December 2014, I told him I was no longer going to sleep with him. Whether that meant he was going to leave me, whether that meant, you know, he was going to cheat, whatever the case may be, I had to be willing to take that chance for my mind's sake. So we were abstinent for about 2 months. Finally, we finished premarital counseling in the midst of me making that decision. And we just decided to do it. Why wait? Why wait?
Right.
30 days was it. That's all we needed. We wanted to be married and we wanted to move on with life.
Okay, now how did he react when you told him that?
Which one?
The part where you said you don't want to have sex anymore until you're married.
It was tough for him. It was tough. You could hear it in his tone of voice. You could see it in his mannerisms. But he chose to respect what I wanted. He made that choice. He did not have to do it. He chose to love me through it, and he chose to walk this out with me.
So when we come right back, Alicia's going to share with us her tips on how you can plan your wedding in 30 days. Be right back. All right, and we're back. I know you all have been waiting for this part of the show. So Alicia, tell us, what do we do in order to plan our wedding in 30 days?
Sure. Let's see. 4 steps that I can give you, just kind of compiled. Number 1, I would say get all of your people and your places together.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, like, who, for those who don't know, because trust me, in this beginning, it's like, oh, I have to do this, that. I needed a book with some tips, you know? Get articles, because it's so much when you're planning a wedding.
It is a lot. But as long as you have the people in place and a good team, you're good to go. I'm a person who likes my hand in everything, but I understood that I could not decorate my own wedding on that day. So the first thing that I did was I got an event coordinator.
Okay.
Second thing I did was I got a caterer. Third thing I did was I found my venue.
Okay.
I did this all in 1 week.
I was just about to ask that. I was like, okay, did you wait a little bit? No, all the first week. Gotcha.
All the first week. And then you also want to give people a heads up. So like your bridesmaids and your groomsmen, all of those people, you want to let them know what you guys are planning.
Okay.
So they have at least a little bit of squeeze room to work with you.
Right.
Another thing that may go under people are parents. Let your parents know if you need money, see if they can help out. And again, you want to do this the first week.
Right, and that's so important, especially for those moms out there who want to be included. Let them know, because it's only 30 days here. They got to tell their boss, I need this day off, that day off, plan the weekends. That is a good point. So important.
Thank you. And number 2, I would say know your color scheme.
Okay.
Off the bat, do not change your color scheme. Know your theme. Know what you are going to go with and stick with it.
Now that right here, although you did this in 30 days, part of the fact that you were engaged years before, you had already had this time to think about your theme and knowing your colors.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. But you at least thought about it. It wasn't like I got engaged today and then the very next day. So I think that, just so y'all know, that part helped her in this planning process as well.
Right. Number 3, you have to start dress shopping as soon as possible. For me, I was really blessed. I was able to find a dress that I love and it fit. I did not have to get it adjusted. All I did was I got it cleaned, I bought accessories, and it was done.
I was going to say that's so important because I know, like, for me and with my dress, it takes weeks for them to order it because they have to fit you, measure you, and then even once they order it and whether they're making it from the beginning just to fit you or whatever, once you get it, you have to now try it on, make alterations, and that can take months. So that is really important, and that's really great that you were able to work it out.
Yes.
And then also maybe, people watching, they might also have to be prepared if they're going to do it in 30 days to be prepared to switch a dress if it doesn't come in. Because didn't that happen to you? If I'm not mistaken, there was another dress you saw before that.
There was another dress that I saw. I did like the dress. I was still going to look at other places. The lady was going to call to see if she could get it ordered in the white color, and it ended up not falling through. So I had to go to another place and look at different dresses.
Right, so you have to be prepared for that, because as a bride, I mean, was that crushing for you? I know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little scary because time is winding down.
Right.
But that same day that I went into another store, and again, it all worked out.
Good.
For my fourth step would really just to be, would be for you to be decisive.
Important.
You don't have time to go back and forth with decisions. You have to know what you want, and if you don't, you need to be able to make a decision when someone asks you a question.
Right.
That is what's going to make or break having a wedding so soon. You just have to make choices.
I agree. And that can be difficult because normally for those of most brides who take a year, you have that time to stop and change your mind. So that's a really good point. Thanks for bringing that up. And that is a great plan. If you're, willing to go through it. I'm not sure if I can handle it, but you did a great job in pulling it off. So please, tell me, what did you do to de-stress? Because although you were great at getting it all together in 30 days, I'm quite sure there were still some moments where you had a little bit of stress going on. So what did you do to de-stress?
One thing that I kept reminding myself was that this is literally 1 month of stress. It is not a year's worth of dragging out decisions and figuring out things. It's going to be done in 30 days.
Exactly.
So I had to keep reminding myself that after it's all said and done, I am going to be married and I'm going to be happy, and that no wedding is perfect.
Right.
So I was just ready to get it done. So I kept reminding myself that.
Now, did the other part of it going on help encourage you any more to just get it done? The waiting. I'm sure for Kyle it was. Like, yeah, let's get it going. 5 more days.
I'm sure it did, but I really was I was ready to call him my husband, and for us to really live life freely and to not think about all the pressures that we dealt with before.
Right. Okay, that's awesome. Getting married, finding that one person that you love, it's such a blessing. Such an awesome, amazing, beautiful thing. So I, again, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But she is not done. So don't you go anywhere, because Alicia is going to share with us her DIY tip that she used in her own wedding. What goes on set.
Okay.
You're recording? So Alicia's eating her bagel.
I'm hungry.
During the wedding planning, were you watching your weight?
Oh my god, I wish I was. I don't. Having a husband who loves to eat, I think that he was stressed out during the process, so he was eating everything. He was bringing crazy stuff home.
Jeez, I'm trying to lose weight, but then it's weird because my fiance is busy trying to do the opposite of me. So when we eat together, it's like awkward. I'm like, okay, wait, I don't want to eat the carbs. I need the veggies.
Exactly.
But he's like, well, I eat carbs, so it's so hard. But girl, it's so good though to be done. I can't wait till that point.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
It's a good thing. But I'm so excited though about this episode, guys. This episode right here is all for y'all. It's so much with planning a wedding, but I just really hope that you guys are taking away something from it, because it's a lot of stuff to know. And somebody who's never been involved in a wedding before, other than I was a junior bridesmaid. Have you ever?
Yeah, but you don't really know
what goes on, right?
Exactly.
So it's so much to learn. I went to all these. Well, I've been going to all these expos, learning about the different vendors and reading articles to find out what you can do. A great website is Dream Wedding. They have so many articles of advice for you to know about wedding etiquette and all types of stuff. So any brides out there, make sure check that out. And, you know, just like you said, you know, use who you know. Like, I'm definitely trying to do that as I go along my process. But then there's just some things you just want to make sure it's right. So you want to get professionals to handle that stuff.
Yes, I agree. Even with having gone through this process, everything turned out wonderful. But if I had to do it again, of course, you take away, you know, the good and you change the bad.
Right. All right, so you're almost done eating because we got more show for you guys. I can't wait for you to see the DIY stuff. Quick and easy. When I was like, oh, well, I was about to say which one it was. I don't want to say it, but there's one thing that she did. I was like, wow, you made that? So really cool stuff, guys. Alright guys, it's DIY time. Alicia's going to show us how she made some favors and her own invitation. So Alicia, walk us through this. I see you have like a little plant and it says, let love grow. So how'd you make this?
Sure. So this was our favor. I decided to buy little plants, and what I did was I bought sticks. Here. We painted them with our colors, which was pink, gold, and white. And what I found was this brush worked really well.
Nice and small for the little stick. And you did the front and the back of the stick too.
I did. We can take that out. So front and back. And all you have to do is really find a template for the flag, or you can just type it up yourself, print it out, and you just cut them in strips. You glue it to the stick.
A little bit of glue. Remember this from grade school.
And then you just cut it to where it looks like a flag.
And it looks really cute.
Yep.
And the thing about this is one of those favors where if you have a green thumb, you can actually use it and keep it. It's not some candy or something that you just eat or leave on your shelf to get dusty. So that was pretty creative. So tell me about these invitations. When I saw them, I said, oh my gosh, did you get these made? Did you buy them like that? Like, this was just so cute.
Thank you. I actually I found a style that I liked. I went to several stores to get this style. And this came, you know, lucky me, it came with a template. So all I had to do was really figure out the fonting, the color, the style that I wanted. We printed it here at home at our printer. It is a laser jet printer, so that's what I would suggest. And we put them together. So I can show you really quick. We have the front here that was printed. So you literally would stick it in, goes in, it's printed. You have the inside leaf here, which is printed as well. And then you have your string. So
insert one in the other.
You put the inside leaf one in the other, like you said.
Oh, wait, this one is upside down?
It is.
Be careful not to put it upside down when you're doing DIY. Gotta make sure the details are right. That's easy.
Simple. Super simple. Shabby chic, as they say.
And just tie a little knot. And it doesn't look crafty. You know, that's the thing sometimes about DIY. For such an elegant occasion, you know, you want to make sure it still has that touch of elegance to it, but to save money, you still want to make sure it's easy and cost effective. So I like that, because invitations can run you hundreds of dollars. So how much did you spend on this, by the way?
This cost us $40.
$40, including the string?
Yep, including, so the actual paper and the string cost us $40. You know, if you have ink already, then you don't count that, but if you have to go out and buy it, then you would count that as an expense.
That is good. And now tell me about these labels. These are the seat
cards? The seating cards. So these came along with these. These were actually at a completely different store, so luckily I found them. And the only thing that I can say about these is they came in a box just like this. So they didn't come in a piece of paper like we would do actual seating cards where you could print them out and then disattach them. So I had to buy clear labels. And then what I did was I put everybody's name on the clear label and I just pressed them on.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
And see, I like the clear label touch because it's more elegant, you know, looking versus big old hard white. And plus, this is like an ivory cream color card, so that looks much better with a clear label.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, thank you for sharing these tips with us.
You're welcome.
Now, we're not done. When we come back, Alicia's going to walk us through how to actually create your own bouquet. And I won't tell you what the last part is. You have to watch. We'll be right back. Okay, so I promised you guys we had some more amazing DIYs. We have the bouquet, but first, the surprise I was telling you guys about is the card box. For those of you out there who don't want to do the traditional bird cage, I'm so tired of seeing that, or the box that looks like a mailbox, do something fun and creative. So Alicia, tell us about this. Where did you even find this? Because this is actually a suitcase, isn't it?
No, well, I mean, yeah, but they had a whole bunch. I actually found this at a craft store. In the Connecticut area. And me and my husband agreed on it. So what we simply did, just so that people could know what it was we found wood letters. Again, we painted them our colors. So we have the gold, the pink, the white. We did leave the back blank.
Nobody was going to see that anyway.
Nope. And what we simply did was we tied it.
And there's little holes in the ribbon here, so you just slipped it through.
To this particular one, but you could choose literally whatever you wanted and tie it around the ribbon. We just happen to like the feel of this one.
Or even if there's another bride who wants to do something a little different, just the idea of using something like this.
You could do ribbon, you could do yarn, you can do whatever to hang it up. Because that's exactly what I'm going to do. We tied it to the ribbon. And I want to make sure it's aligned well.
And it's long enough to reach it. Now these hooks, where'd you find these hooks? Because these, it even looks like it matches.
At a craft store as well.
At
a craft store as well. And I figured it would be better to clip them rather than to glue it. Because the letters were heavy, I didn't want to take the chance that the glue would tear off or that it would rip or anything like that. And then it's just easily detachable in case you wanted to use the box for anything else after the wedding.
Exactly. And I love that. The things that you use for your wedding, you can now still use it again for later. So that's always good.
So super simple, super elegant, went with our vintage theme, and yeah, we love it.
Good. Well, you see we had to get up for this part. This part is the flowers. Show us how you made your bouquet.
Sure. So this part's super simple. I literally went and got a whole bunch of flowers that I liked from a retail store. You can do anything you want with a bouquet. All you have to simply do is put them together. Ouch, this one has thorns. Simply put them together in a very tight bunch, and you can make it as full as you want or as small as you want, but you do want to make sure it is tight. Once you make sure it's tight, you take whatever you want, be it string, lace, ribbon, anything you want, to wrap it around.
And really tight.
Really tight.
Because
you want that shape to stay.
And you did this because it also would have cost you how much?
It would have cost me between $150 and $200 for the type of bouquet that I like. Now something like this may be a bit cheaper, still at a florist, but this right here in my hand costs me $20.
Wow. So Alicia, thanks again for coming on the show. I hope you all enjoyed her DIY tips. I know I did, and I hope you took away how to plan your wedding in 30 days if that is something you want to try. So Alicia, really quick, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you if they want to know more about you and your business.
Sure. I have a website, www.vintagemanororganize.com.
Check her out. She even organizes many different things in your house. Event planner, as you see, DIY extraordinaire. So make sure you contact her. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all next month.